Good afternoon, everyone. Today we also chair Yanrui Zhao, Jiajun Liu, Jack Tang, and Chenling Feng. As a group, we are delighted to present Capstone MVP, a full-stack project that aims to provide a platform for students to showcase their project and achievement to the widest audience. For this project, our target audience for Capstone MVP includes students participating in ComSci 399, as well as those studying computer science at the University of Auckland. Additionally, lecturers and recruiters seeking potential candidates will also find value in this platform. Let's dive into our main features and objectives of Capstone MVP. So firstly, we have Student Project Gallery. We have developed a visually appealing gallery to showcase student projects and also allow them to present their project in an engaging and attractive manner. We have then implemented a login system for users with different user types, and they have their own accessibility to the website. So for students, we have implemented a login system for them that provide them with the ability to specify and update their project details. And for visitor, we have incorporated a visitor login system, allowing them to interact with the projects. For example, we enable them to leave comments on the project and express their liking to likes on the project. And for the admin, we allow the teaching teams to log into the platform and provide them with the ability to award badges to the winning project. And only the admin can manage and delete the student project. To achieve our objective, we follow a systematic approach in developing Capstone MVP. We started by setting up a GitHub repository to host the project, and we have divided our tasks into three main areas: the database, front end, and the back end. SQL was used to create a database schema to store student profile, project details, and other relevant information. C# was utilized for backend implementation, handling user authentications, student profiles, project management, and database interactions. On the front end, we use HTML and CSS to create visually appealing and responsive web page, while JavaScript provided dynamic behavior and interactivities. We integrate the backend with the front end, ensuring functionalities and users' experience. Our vision for this project is to empower students by creating an online platform where they can display their work, network with industry professionals, and explore employment opportunities. We believe that by showcasing their projects and skills, students can better demonstrate their capability to potential employee, peers, and the widest community. As a result of our effort, we have successfully developed Capstone MVP, a fully functional university student portfolio showcase website. The platform also promotes networking opportunity, connecting students with industry professionals and recruiters. Capstone MVP provides a valuable tool for students to showcase their work, gain recognitions, and explore employment opportunity. By fostering collaborations and engagement, we believe it will be a positive impact on the university community and empower students to succeed in the futures.
Hi everyone, I'm Jiajun. I will discuss the backend implementation of our project, and the technology we used on the backend are C#, ASP.NET Core, Entity Framework Core, and Web API. Then the software we used on the backend are Visual Studio, SQLite Studio, and Swagger. We created a new ASP.NET Web API project on the Visual Studio to initiate our project. I will discuss the components of implementations of our Web API. Firstly, we create a folder on the Visual Studio for the data model components to contain the data objects we need in the database. Then after installing entity framework core package, we generate the database. We create a file for the data access components, and it is used to connect the database with a code or method to access and manipulate the database. After that, the data repository component include an interface file. That interface file contains multiple methods used to access and manipulate the database. And another file created in the data repository component is to implement all the method in that interface. Furthermore, we created the folder for data transform object DTO in our project and contain the input DTO and the output DTO files. Input DTO files is used to get some required input from the users, not necessarily all the method in a specific database table, and output DTO is used to show users some of the value in a database table. It is also used to add some sensitive information to users, such as password. Finally, the controller is the component to create some method to handle the request from the client and make responses. We create a controller folder to include a comment project team and the user controller classes to execute the related method, including get, post, put, and delete method. Then each method will be considered as an API endpoint that refers to a URL to be fetched to the front end to satisfy the request from the client. When method in the controller component need to access the database to satisfy the request from the client, method in the data repository component can support it. Then we use the Swagger to test those methods in each endpoint to make sure every method work as expected. In terms of authentication and authorization, we apply the claim-based security. When the user is successfully authenticated through the login, the user will be issued an authentication ticket, which include the claim principal, claim identity, and one or more claims. Some API endpoint in the controller components need the authorization to access. The claims in the ticket will decide whether the user has the right to access or not.
Hello everyone, my name is Jack Tin. I'm going to introduce our project's front-end implementation. In our Capstone MVP project, the front-end technologies we used are HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. The version of JavaScript is 13th edition ECMAScript 2022. HTML5 is a standard markup language. It helps us in creating web pages and web applications. It also helps us to organize format and display a web page's content. The main useful part of HTML is structuring web pages. It's also used for embedding images and videos, navigating to outside websites in our project. CSS works with HTML to create the format for our website. It works from the pages we created in HTML. It also helps to adapt pages to different formats optimized for desktop or mobile devices, so that the user can look at the web pages in different resolution and the web pages will not change a lot. It gives our website a refined and professional look. It also allows the additional of interactive elements, such as background color of pages, font size of text, and so on. JavaScript is another front-end programming language that is one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web, alongside HTML and CSS. We use JavaScript on the client side for web pages behavior to control the behavior of different web elements. JavaScript makes the content interactive. JavaScript incorporates valuable skills such as object-oriented, functional, and imperative style of programming. And JavaScript is more complex than both HTML and CSS. For example, if you click a button and you will go to another page, this is click event. Request to backend and get response from backend. To connect front end and back end and get data from back end, our front end will send request to back end and back end send response to front end after back end finishes the process. In our project, the front end will fetch the APIs. This is how the front end sends requests to back end. Then the back end must respond to front end about what did they requested. This is how does the front end connect to back end and get data from back end. This is the UI design of our website. By using the navigation bar, the user can access different pages of the website. Also, this design makes it easier for user to understand the usefulness of a different button or different element on our website.
Sure.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I will introduce our project Capstone MVP for you. As you can see, when you open the website, you can see the home page with a logo on the left top corner and a login button on the right top corner. When people didn't log in, they will only see the home button and the project button on the menu. And on the center, you can see a cute robot. This is our introduction of the project. When you need to log in, just press the login button and you can see the login page. User need to enter their email and password. Then they need to select their admin login tab. There are 3 types in total: admin, student, and visitor. If you are not registered, then you can click the register button and user need to input their details to register. After that, user can click the project button on the menu, so they can see the projects, all the projects in the in our website. When they find, they can find their interesting the projects which they are interested in. And when they click the picture, they can see the project details, which has project ID, skills, semester, approach, clients, likes, and videos link. Below that, there is a table which is for user to comment to the project. They need to enter their name and comment in text. After that, when they submit, they can see their message on the table. And here, let's look about the award page. This page only works for the admin. The admin can choose the semester and to award different projects. As you can see, there are 6 different awards. Admin can choose one of their best to award them. Now let's look about the people page. This page is shows all the users about this project. Users can search for the people who have the similar interests to work with them. Also, below that table, there is another table which can show the team. Users can join the team which they are interested in and delete them. Oh, by the way, the delete button, only the admin can use them. If students didn't find their preferred team, they can create their own team. When they press the button, the website will shift to a new page which allows users to enter the team name and the team members. Finally, let's look about our upload and update page. This 2 page is for users to edit their project details. The upload page allows users to enter the details for the project, and once they submit them, the project will show on the project page. And the upload page is for the user which when they want to change some details of the project. That's it for my introduce. Thanks for watching.
Hello, I'm Chining. I want to introduce the goals of the MVP website to you guys and make a conclusion. When it comes functional realization, the most important function of the web page is introduce our university projects to everyone, so that everyone has opportunity to learn and create business. We have also complete the login, logout, and upload and delete, comments, and award function. And all websites now is self-adaptive. Even if we have conflict that what must be do, we still have some unfinished in the extended functions, so such as the Google login, using AWS to run our program, and the responsive page of ASP. Those are our requests. We will slowly improve this page later and also improve ourselves and our own programmability. The huge problem we face is that we will not use AWS and build our own non-local servers. We have tried many channels. Of course, we didn't choose those paid and official channels, such as sending them the source code and they will complete it. After that, pay an amount of money. We think that is unsafe. It is easily to case the code leakage and the plagiarist website, and more likely to be that at risk of the academic misconduct. So we choose to refuse, so not to use it. And we are learned to how to build a server, which may take the time, but it will be make many people to log in and use our website at the same time in the near future. For non-technical problem, I think this first problem we overcome is communication. I believe that everyone in my team is very nice, but some people think differently, which will lead to very conceptual differences. For example, the program language and the architecture that two people want to use are different, and that they make the same page at the same time, so which waste time. I have this mistake by myself, so maybe I want to apologize to my team members in my own. Therefore, it can be seen that communication is very important in a team. In the future, I think our web page can prove a lot of commercial value. For example, many projects do not know how to begin, and the first-time entrepreneurs do not know how to start building their own project. Those are helpful them. Our future direction and goals is add more detail so that people in need can use them. And if possible, we will discuss the opportunity for uploader and reviewer to chat with each other. Let people in need of help directly ask them, the leader and team members of those projects. This not only improve our communal value, but also give people in need a direct reply and make them need our website more. So finally, thanks you guys to listening that, and thanks lecture help. That's it.